My client today, he brought me a picture from Google. He pulled up a picture from Google and he was explaining to me how he wants his haircut. That's why I'm pointing down to his cell phone and he's explaining to me how he wants his hair, how he wants the fade, how he wants the top. Told him to look at the cameras, give him some smile. Now I'm gonna start sectioning out the top, doing a horseshoe section, making sure I'm going to work organized and separate the top from the sides. And I'm gonna start creating diagonal back sections because I want a little bit of graduation all around the crown, all around the parallel ridge. Actually, I said diagonal back, but it's not diagonal forward. As you can see, diagonal forward is gonna give me a little bit of graduation. I don't want flat layers there, I don't want square. Actually, it's going to be square, but with more graduation. I'm gonna center back now, going turns to the other side of the head. I'm gonna take a diagonal forward, still in the back, and I'm moving to the other side and I'm gonna do everything diagonal forward on the other side as well. So now I'm sectioning out the top. I'm sectioning out a profile guide. That profile is gonna give me a length that I'm gonna cut the whole haircut on the top, the whole top from following that profile guide. In the crown area, what I'm gonna do a square shape around the crown. I'm connecting the crown with the top right now. I'm gonna cut left and right after I finish cutting my profile guide. Following my profile, I groom my profile to one side, stand behind him, behind my client. Now I'm using point cutting technique and matching my profile with the sides. If you notice, my finger very square and parallel with the head on the top. So now I'm creating a square shape. I'm doing point cutting because point cut is gonna give me a little bit of disconnection, and when you cut blunt, it creates lots of lines. But in that case, when you cut in point cutting, and what's happening is you're not creating lines on top of the head. So I just finished cutting the top. I'm grooming everything forward. Now I'm gonna do my connection. You see, I'm taking diagonal forward again and putting the hair elevated in 90 degrees and cut everything, but I left the fringe disconnected. As you can see, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Now I'm going to apply a little bit of matte finish paste. I'm gonna make the hair all set, all done on the top. I'm gonna dry, make the hair. I'm gonna make the whole finish on the top style. So then I'm gonna move to the side. I'm blowing dry without the nozzle because I want the crown, I want the hair more soft, more natural. If I use some type of comb or brush, I'm gonna press the hair too much, that doesn't gonna look right. Now I'm using my vent brush only on the corners. As you can see, now I'm creating more volume on the base, on the whole parallel ridge. Since I already did diagonal forward, I created a graduation there, and I'm using my vent brush to maximize the volume on the corners of the head. I'm just repeating the same thing on the other side. Now I'm using the diffuser on the top, the whole top, Did you notice I did the sides with the vent brush to guide the hair, to direct the hair to the direction that I want. On the front and the fringe, I'm using my diffuser. I'm using medium heat. I'm using low pressure. So I want to dry that very natural. He wants his hair natural. He doesn't want his hair very straight. I'm using my fingers, as you can see. I'm squeezing the hair. I'm rubbing the diffuser. I had product in. The product is drying into the hair, so I can create my shape in my style. You see how I lift the hair with my fingers? I lift the hair, giving some volume. You need to learn how to use your fingers, your hands, the right product, the right tool to give the style. So now I'm going to start debulking the hair. On the side, I'm debulking with the number 2. I'm debulking with the number 2. I'll go all around the head debulking. If you notice, I'm not going too high. I'm maintaining the weight around the parallel ridge. Every time when I'm fading, I debulk first. Makes my life very easier. As you can see, I'm marking my first graduation line with the 0 close. Oh, actually, I'm marking my first graduation line with the 1 closed. All around the head. Now, yes, now is my 0 close, like a finger width below my first graduation line that was number 1 closed. Now you can see the 0 gap, 0 close all around the head. Make sure you make that nice and clean and even, and be consistent in height. And also using my trimmers upside down, just pushing the hairline down a little bit. Belly up now, just cleaning and push the hair up, the line that I just created with the trimmers. Now I'm going to blend the line that I create with the 1. I'm using 0 open, and I'm gonna start closing down the lever slightly until the lines are all blended, all cleaned up. There's many ways you can fade hair, guys. You can start from up, down, down, up. You can start with your trimmers, making your guidelines. You can start with 0 without debulking. With debulk, just feel comfortable to do however you like. But that's the way I do it. When I'm working on a low fade like that. So now what I'm gonna do, blending down. Since I use 2 to debulk, I'm using 1.5 open up to 2, and I'm gonna start closing down my guard all the way to 1.5 closed. I'm gonna keep doing that all around the head. Rub your guard on the skin until every single layer is trained. It's going to be cut, it's going to be cleaned. One tip that I give it to you is stretch your fade by using all your guards, connect all your guards, like using 1.5 all the way to 2, 1 all the way to 1.5. Don't miss any gaps, otherwise your fade is not gonna give that nice transition. As you can see now, I'm using one, open, halfway closed and closed, and then now I'm using my half all the way open and halfway closed and closed. Keep rubbing, flicking, using the edges of the blade to pick some hair areas with density. You need to keep it in mind when you're fading, you're creating graduation, and can't be no marks, no lines there. You have to keep blending until the lines, all lines disappear. Now where I push down with the trimmers, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna tap with my straight razor, because that I'm marking where my shaver will start. As you can see, I'm just tapping down, I'm not shaving. Now I'm working on the transition area, the transition from my clippers and where my base is. My base are low on the sides. I like to use shears because I can control my shape. I can control how much I'm gonna cut it. That is the most important part of the haircut, guys, the transition. So now I'm going to use my blending shears just to remove a little bit of density. The idea is not to remove that dark area, just kind of connect a little bit. Now I'm using my trimmers to create my outline, my hairline. Since I'm recording this video, I wanted to do the C-cup a little bit more, enhance more the C-cup, more pronounced. I'm cleaning his face, make sure my client's clean. He's checking out his haircut. I think he's still happy. Look at his face. So now what I'm doing, I'm removing all the hair there I left around his hairline. I'm removing the remaining hair that I left in his neck around his hairline, as you can see. Try to be smooth, try to be take it easy with your trimmers, because the trimmers can harm their skin as well. I'm using the corner, the tip of my blade to pick some areas, some density. That's detail. Now, like I said, I used my straight razor before to know where to stop with my shaver. Now I'm not gonna pass over those lines that I did. Now I know where to stop. Rub your shaver like just as smooth. As you can see, I push the hair on one side to another because I don't want to curve my back. What I'm doing, I'm pushing his head. He's gonna be there for 30 minutes, and I will be working all day. So he's not going to be comfortable. He's not going to be uncomfortable. At the end, he's gonna get a nice haircut, and he's going to be happy. Now I'm using a straight razor, making nice and clean, the line sharp, both sides. Just tapping. pushing the hair down, up. Line is going to be sharp. I'm using some powder, volume powder that applies some density and has some hold as well, some texture to the hair. Using my hand, trying to give life to what I thought, what I had in mind in the beginning for this style. So now it's coming out good. This style is very trendy because nowadays lots of clients want this style that is a little bit bulky on the corners around the head, and a low fade, like a V low fade, more dark, more pronounced. So now I'm grooming the hair, I'm giving the last details, I'm checking out the hair. So that's the result. Hope you guys like, I hope you guys learned something from this video. Thank you very much. And look at his face. He's happy. I'm happy. And I see you all next time.